My story is my daughter was poorly and stuff like that. After when my daughter died, I set up my own business after that, and then just worked for myself, just as and when, because it was obviously hard to work for a company when you were in the state you were in.
So Gas Chat is a Facebook group for gas engineers where we can assist and help each other with any problems that may arise.
It's become quite a helpful group, you know, it doesn't have to be gas related. There's a lot of non-gas stuff goes on there. You know, people who are wanting just to talk to someone from right the way up to technical help on a job.
I had a dream of fitting boilers back up the country, and it was brilliant. For me personally, it was amazing because I've not always been very well mentally, and it was closure for me mentally, and it actually made a big difference to my life doing that Gas Chat tour, really did. And people like Stuart and Allan and lots of other people really supported me doing it on the way, which were really, really good.
What I did was simple. I set up a spreadsheet, we posted the spreadsheet online, you know, and we had all the different, we dated it, we set the dates up so people could start aiming for particular area for particular date. We pinpointed roughly ideas to steadily work our way up, and then put it out to the Gas Chat group, you know, is there anyone that can help? You know, we were doing it where they would, I mean, there's 12 people who made massive donations because they donated what would have been an earning job for them. So those 12 people made massive donations into the charity. So they'd donate it to us, and then we'd turn up and do it. We'd then book it, then we'd start marketing it a couple of weeks before, getting interest, and then turn up on the day and have an event.
The figure that we got to was about £100,000 in total, so that included some of Alan's previous work. I think in total we raised about £50,000 through the 12 boiler installs. The
journey for me has been rebuilding my life. So it's a very special journey for me because me starting doing charity work were actually getting me out of a bed where I were on medication, I were on antidepressants, and me doing my charity work actually give me a reason to go out and do something.
There's some clever people in that group, you know, there's people that run businesses and run them successfully. You know, on the face of it, we have a giggle and a laugh and we enjoy it. But there's some clever people there, you know, so with what I could add to that, it doesn't surprise me we've completed it.
So a message to those guys for donating and turning up is just thanks. We couldn't have done it without everybody who did turn up. There were quite a few installs where we were short of materials and there were no question, they just donated them.
Candlelighters is very special in the fact that when you have a child with cancer, it changes your life, and it does things like, it just totally takes over your life really. Like, we went from having quite a lot of money to having nothing because I wasn't working. I stayed at hospital every night with my daughter, slept there. We had 2 years of in and out of hospitals. And Candlelighters, what they do is they support you with things like, they paid for us to go to Primrose Valley, which you can't really do. You can't really do that normally because if you've got a child that's sick, you could be going into hospital at any time. So they support you with things like that. They also did stuff like pay for driving lessons for my wife. Things that when you have no money coming in is really important. Things like paying for childcare assistance that will go down to operations. So my daughter she had a kidney removed, she had a spleen removed, a pancreas removed, she had tumours in her lungs, but she had the Candlelighters play assistant was there with her all the time. So we couldn't go down, obviously you're not allowed to go down to surgery and stuff, but the play assistants can because they're part of the hospital. Candlelighters, they do a lot of things that, even such as bedding and curtains and special things that make a difference, bringing things in like at the time were like DVD players and things like this. I know it's all iPads nowadays, but yeah, they did a lot of real special stuff for us. I've always been somebody that if somebody does something for you, you try and do it back 10 times over, and hopefully that's what I've tried to do.